right, folks, the R. Kelly trial resumed today after a 3-day recess. A woman identified as Sonja testified that R. Kelly raped her after promising her an interview with the artist. The victim claims Kelly held her captive for more than 3 days in his studio when she was 21 years old. Sonja was the 8th accuser to take the stand against R. Kelly during the trial. Other accounts have often included physical and sexual abuse details, and 5 of the people testified that they were underage during their first sexual encounters with Kelly. I had somebody who tweeted me today, Faraji, who was not particularly happy with our panel calling out R. Kelly last week, and they felt that they literally put up free R. Kelly, and that we should not, and the brother literally said we should not be attacking another black man. And I'm sitting there going, are you not paying attention to what in the hell has actually been said?
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, it literally happened.
I mean, first and foremost, any joker who says that R. Kelly should be free, I mean, we should cancel them. I mean, when you go to that situation and when you look at what that young lady Sonja said, who's a 39-year-old woman, and what she said R. Kelly did to her at 21 years old, and if we understand the impact that sexual abuse has on anybody, but particularly on women, you would not be so quick to call that man a genius of any sort. Of any sort. You would not be so quick to say, oh, we beating up on a black man. What I'm concerned with is that this case, as gruesome, as graphic, as disturbing as this case has been, that it won't push the needle far enough to remove our love for the pimp culture and the exploitation of women in music and media. That's what I'm concerned with. That it's easy to cancel one man, but can we cancel a behavior? Can we cancel a whole mindset that hate women and that use of women, that abuse women? And so when you look at this case should not just be fodder. And look, and I'm gonna say it like this. Have you heard about R. Kelly case since it started? Other than this platform, I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, unless you go online, you search it, you read it, you follow it. Other than this platform, we have not really had a very deep conversation outside of this show to talk about what's been going on in this trial, what's been said, and the implications of our love for this type of man, and then more importantly, our embracing of a culture that has destroyed women. And so this case is so big, and it's so important for us to have these conversations. And I truly appreciate you, Brother Roland, for constantly keeping us abreast about it, because we're not talking about it. We're talking about surviving R. Kelly, and then that conversation died down. But when you listen to the stories from the people that work with him, about the rules, to the victims themselves, nah. You want that joker under a damn jail cell. You would not want to listen to his music. You damn sure wouldn't want to fly with him, and you would not want to have anything to do with R. Kelly. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Trust and believe.
Greg, of course, it is innocent until proven guilty, but frankly, people can still weigh in on what they're hearing, and what we are hearing is shocking, devastating, sick, and demented.
It is, Ron. I mean, of course. I mean, who could say it isn't? But what we have with the R. Kelly case, and it's now 13 years since he was first brought to trial on the same allegations, similar allegations, a lot less detail, of course, than now. What we really have is a car crash at the intersection of culture and law. We, as people of African descent in the modern world system, certainly those of us in the Western Hemisphere, more specifically the United States, have unfortunately continued to fall victim to, and now just really occupy, a culture that allows for our own dehumanization. And the culture is in the language, the culture is in the music. And so, you know, now legally, this guy should be under the jail. Of course, that's a no-brainer. However, just like somebody reached out to you and said that, the hope of his defense team is there's at least one person like that on the jury. And the bigger issue, let's say he goes to jail from now on, either here or in the subsequent trials that will come up after this. Let's say that happens. That's one guy. The deeper question is, what about every hip hop artist, every R&B artist, every soul artist, every cultural artist, every movie producer, every video maker who has reinforced the culture of dehumanization, not only against black women and men, but against even the very notion of blackness, and then wraps it up into, I'm just expressing myself. See, this is the problem. And then until we address that underlying problem, then the difference for me between R. Kelly and Jay-Z is just a question of, well, who did the most egregious acts and the shock of the individual incident that can send one to jail. But when I turn on the radio, quite frankly, I can't tell the difference.
Reese.
Well, if you were upset, then let me give you something to be mad about. If you can identify with R. Kelly personally, then you're a motherfucking degenerate. Point blank period. And maybe your ass need to be up under the jail right along with R. Kelly. Okay, so let's, instead of talking about protecting the legacy and the black man who was sitting up there allegedly until proven guilty, I guess, raping and terrorizing and kidnapping and abusing women, men, children, families. If you can justify that because he's a black man, there's something seriously wrong and demented with your mentality. It's nothing wrong with us talking about it. It's something wrong with your ass and how you think, okay? So why don't we put a little bit more emphasis on protecting victims, on protecting girls, boys, people, black people, the community? How about that, from a sexual predator? Why don't we put more emphasis on that than the fact that you like R. Kelly's Bump and Grind or 12 Play?
Come on.
Check yourself. Don't come over here with that mess. Check yourself and your fucked up mentality.
That's right.
Period.
I'm trying to see. There was at least one MF, at least 4 Fs.
Sorry, not sorry. Because I'm like, we're not going to normalize that kind of comment.
Oh, absolutely.
You were literally trying to check us for talking about testimony in the court of law under the threat of perjury or of criminal penalties, and you're trying to check us because we're talking about what this man, this degenerate, this pedophile, this sexual serial predator allegedly is doing? Check yourself. Don't come over here with that. Check yourself. Look in the mirror, and we need to find out who the hell your ass is around. If you think that what he's done is something that's redeemable, that should be protected, that should be shielded, what the hell is wrong with you? There's something wrong with you, not us, and not the Roland Martin Unfiltered show.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Roland, it's okay. Reese got to say that in the words of Miss Lauryn Hill. I add a motherfucker so you ignorant Negroes hear me. In other words, you can't.
That's the only way we can communicate. I'm sorry.
You know, she
intellectually it didn't work. It didn't register with intellectual. So let me throw one of those up, and maybe you'll hear it, and you can tweet me, and you can fry me up in the YouTube comments, and you can say whatever the hell you want to say. But I said what I said. Fuck R. Kelly and you too. How about that? That's not unbiased. That's my opinion.
Gotcha. Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, CEEK.com is a black-owned company founded by Mary Spiel. It's a virtual reality company where you can actually go there, look at their virtual reality content. A couple of devices they actually have for sale that you might be interested in. First off, their VR headset allows for you to slide your phone right in and experience that virtual reality content on their site or watch a 360-degree video. Also, there are 360-degree headphones, tremendous bass, you can use for gaming, Bluetooth, phone calls, you name it. Folks, you can get these two at at CEEK.com using this promo code RMVIP21, RMVIP21. You buy one or the other, or even both, a portion of the proceeds come back to us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. And so we want you to check out CEEK.com and give it a try.